Mr. Sahay is also with us on the broadcast. Sir, I just want to understand from you, when we talk about the Chinnaswamy Stadium, as per our sources at gate number 7, which is completely to the other side of where the crowd was, to be able to manage that crowd both inside the stadium and outside the stadium, 5,000 police personnel, is that enough to take care of a crowd that is approximately 2.5 to 3 lakh?
I don't know whether 5,000 people will be enough for 3 lakh people and what is the methodology and what is the calculation behind it. I will start with the basic points, and I have been to a large number of channels since yesterday evening. First and foremost, nobody knows what was happening. So that's point number one. Nobody knows what was happening. Every single stakeholder, inclusive of the government, wanted to extract the maximum pound of flesh out of the RCB victory. So this is the way the whole thing unfolded, and the speaker before me, he was talking about technology in Bangalore. Government and technology are on two different sides of the spectrum. That is an area which is enabled by AI-enabled cameras. How and why and what happened to that is a different story. So government and tech, let me repeat, and I can keep repeating, are two different sides of the spectrum. This whole thing about 18 years and frenzy and all that, I don't buy this argument, because somehow we are trying to explain because of 18 years and that frenzy, and there was a political spokesperson last evening talking about that we can manage crowds, but we cannot manage madness. Frenzy or whatever it might be, the job of the police and the government is to provide security, failing which it is they who should face the music. Now coming back to the stadium issue, we are talking about gate number 7 and the crowd inside. 5,000 people, what if 5,000 policemen, what is their level of competence, whether they have any training in crowd control, whether there is any plan which is put in place. The Chief Minister straight away said that that was a private function, which means literally there was no plan in place. And if there is a plan in place, we should get what is that particular plan. So this 5,000 and 2 lakhs and 3 lakhs, till today this approximation of crowd also nobody knows. Between 2 lakhs and 3 lakhs, I think there is a gap of 1 lakh person. The issue is when the crowd started gathering, anyway nobody was interested in knowing what was happening, and Vidal Sauda was main focus, and selfies and photo ops and political mileage, whatever it might be. When the crowd started gathering, 3 lakh people don't come down from the skies. And there are elaborate systems by which you control the crowd. When the crowd comes there right on the gate and you have already 35,000, 40,000 people inside and they are trying to crash, what can you do? You become a literal bystander. And 5,000 people for 3 lakh is not the issue. At gate number 7, how many? 20, 30, 40 policemen. How many were there? I have no idea. The visuals show that the people were totally out of control. They are on trees, they are on fences, they are on poles, they are literally anywhere and everywhere. With no ambulances in place, literally nothing in place. So it was a free for all sort of a scenario where the whole blame is now pinned down upon the crowds itself. Whether it is a digital arrest or there is a stampede, the government absolves itself of any responsibility whatsoever. Crowd management, let me repeat, I've repeated all throughout last year, is an art, a skill and an expertise which very few people, police personnel know, and it is least found in practice. And when there is an urgent situation of this nature, if the government has agreed that they will provide the nature of security which is required, 10 hours, 12 hours first is not sufficient time. Second, if you really want to put your best foot forward and show it that that particular day only we had a victory celebration, then you need to get experts like your rapid action force from outside, plan it, pull the whole resources there where the problem is likely to arise and not at Vidal Sauda. So I think there are gaping holes all throughout the place. Until today or this morning, we have not heard literally anything from either the police establishment or the bureaucratic establishment, and politicians are doing what best they can do. One place you are talking, it is uncontrollable. One spokesman says it is madness. The chief minister says that we did not give permission. And nothing could have been done in a situation of this nature. So I think the skill of crowd management and accountability we have lost. Police has handed over the whole decision making to the politicians. It is their prerogative, and finally we'll land in a situation like this. End of the day, people have to pay, and nobody is bothered. Even at the hospitals, you are providing the facility, but what is happening? Politicians go and come. And from today, I don't think there'll be any succor to the people or the kith and kin of the people who have lost their lives and people who are suffering of this injury. So broadly, this is where I find total lack of, first is involvement, and second, the stakeholders are not on the same page. Thirdly, there is no planning. Fourthly, this IPL chairman says that he has nothing to do. Rajiv Shukla says he has nothing to do. I don't know what they have. And two things I find very, very crazy. One is whether it was a private event or whatever event it was. The whole country knew of it. And the police and the government, not the police, but the government says it is a private event. What it means and what the connotation is, I am not aware of. So that's point number one on the side of the government. Security anyway is a state subject. It will come, it will fall on their feet only. So that's point number one. Point number two is IPL chairman, BCCI, whatever post he is holding, Mr. Rajiv Shukla, and all his establishment all throughout this. RCB has also given some press statement. So they are also absolving themselves of the responsibility. So end of the day, what is it? A monster created by Lalit Modi has finally created something of a crash commercialization on a hysteria, which literally means nothing for any city. All these people don't belong to Bangalore. It is running on an auction business. And then leaving the crowds after creating the frenzy, literally hacking their mind, creating the frenzy, leading to a situation where kids are getting killed. And finally registering a case which is of unnatural death, not even of criminal negligence.